Ilhan Omar.
You call her Ilhan Omar?
I call her that because that's her name. She's the representative from Minnesota.
I think, whatever.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Ilhan, I thought it was. But I think that, like...
Whatever it is, I don't like her.
So the point that I'm trying to make here is that, like...
Is she a representative of America or Palestine, is my question.
Well, here's the thing that's important. It's like, I think that she has and I don't even know if she understands this as privilege, but like, she has an identity outside of being American. Like, she has this separate identity from another country that has thousands of years of history, and that's baked into who she is. Some of us...
Where you would happily live.
Well, where I would happily live, like, and it would be so great. So,
and she married her brother.
And it is what it is.
So you could do that.
I mean, if I had a sister, no.
You can marry your sister. I don't know what you could do.
But the point is,
you could do anything to a woman. Okay, so let's just put that right on the table.
So the point I'm trying to make is, like, some of us only have America.
All right, let's talk about the part of the conversation that goes from political disagreement to straight up character assassination. Because let's be real, this isn't just a policy debate anymore. This is where the gloves come off and the personal jabs fly. Bill Maher, in classic Maher fashion, leans hard into mockery. He's cracking jokes about Ilhan Omar's name, dragging up that old conspiracy theory about her marrying her brother, yeah, that one, and basically painting her as someone who shouldn't even have a seat at the table. And it's not just him. The rest of the discussion doubles down, blending sarcasm with a whole lot of condemnation, all with a laugh track baked in. But here's the thing, it's not about disagreeing with her views. It's about tearing down her credibility as a person. Her background, her heritage, her identity, it's all on the chopping block. And that tells us something deeper is going on here. Let's break that down.
Things that people go, I just can't vote for those people. They just seem crazy. They just seem like they are not tethered to reality, which is when you lose that contest to Donald Trump, who's also not tethered to reality in many ways. I mean, you're saying something.
Dude, I wonder if, like, and again, I don't know too much about, like, the Ilhan Omar's politics or whatever.
Oh, but Ilhan Omar? Is that who you're talking about? Ilhan Omar.
You call her Ilhan Omar?
I call her that because that's her name. She's the representative from Minnesota.
I think, whatever.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Ilhan, I thought it was. But I think that, like...
Whatever it is, I don't like her.
So the point that I'm trying to make here is that, like...
Is she a representative of America or Palestine, is my question.
Well, here's the thing that's important. It's like, I think that she has and I don't even know if she understands this as privilege, but, like, she has an identity outside of being American. Like, she has this separate identity from another country that has thousands of years of history, and that's baked into who she is. Some of us...
Where you would happily live.
Well, where I would happily live, like, and it would be so great. So,
and she married her brother.
And it is what it is.
So you could do that.
I mean, if I had a sister, no.
You can marry your sister. I don't know what you could do.
But the point is,
you could do anything to a woman. Okay, so let's just put that right on the table.
So the point I'm trying to make is, like, some of us only have America. We only have this. So when you attack this, I'm going to defend it till the day I die. I love America more than anything in the entire world. It's the greatest country in the human existence. It's the greatest experiment in human existence, and it has succeeded. So we only have this. You have to find a way to communicate what you believe to be the shortcomings of America in a way that doesn't make us feel like you don't love it.
Totally.
My mom is an immigrant. She loves it. Like, you cannot tell my mom that I cannot achieve anything, that she cannot achieve anything in this country. It's one of the reasons why I think it's important to bring in immigrants, because they remind us of the opportunity.
And they're appreciative because they know what it's like in these other countries.
And we don't.
Right. Well, I do. You don't. Because you would live in
because
Kabul.
of your UTIs. You won't even leave the country.
I don't have to. First of all, I have traveled. And second of all, you don't have to travel to understand what's going on in other countries.
Have you lived outside the country?
No, but I read. I can read about what's there.
This is this Ivy League shit that's so annoying to Americans.
Reading.
All right. Let's unpack the only America argument, because this one hits hard and not always in the way people think. So during the conversation, there's this moment where someone says, "Some of us only have America." And listen, that's a powerful line. It tugs on that emotional, patriotic thread, like this is our home, our one shot, our everything. And for a lot of people born and raised here, that's 100% true. They don't have another flag to wave, another language to fall back on, another culture waiting for them on the other side of the world. But here's where it gets complicated. That same logic gets flipped on people like Ilhan Omar, because she does have another cultural background. Right, so when she critiques America, it's framed not as someone trying to make it better, but as someone who's disloyal. Like, why are you biting the hand that fed you? It turns her criticism into betrayal rather than civic engagement. And that's where the problem lies. This kind of rhetoric creates a double standard. If you're only American, your love for the country is assumed. But if you're from somewhere else originally, your loyalty is constantly questioned. It's not just about what you say, it's about where you came from and how people perceive your right to say it.
Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez said that she and Congresswoman Omar and Tlaib are being targeted as freshman women of color. She says they're getting unfair treatment and that if you went after every bad thing that a congressman or woman did on the Hill, that everybody in Congress basically would be in trouble. Fair?
I don't think that's fair at all, Shannon. First of all, I just want to note it's remarkable and startling how much Ilhan Omar, frankly, the disdain she has for the country that we should know. It's the country that has given her family and herself refuge. She escaped war towards Somalia, was a refugee in Kenya for 4 years, and then thanks to a Lutheran church group, was able to ultimately immigrate to the United States. And I as an immigrant myself, I have to note this constant disdain of her portrayal of the United States and its anti-terror policies under successive administrations, treating it as this sort of murderous country that cages children at the border and drones people, and not any similar criticism, I would say, of the Islamist groups, among them those that have turned Somalia, her homeland, into such a horrible place. Not one word of criticism, as far as I can tell. It's only directed at the country that has given her and her family refuge. It's not a perfect country, but I think it's startling, and it's...
Let's talk about the mockery and personal attacks, because this is where the conversation really stops being about politics and starts getting ugly. The tone is sarcastic, almost mean-spirited at times. Bill Maher makes fun of how Ilhan Omar's name is pronounced, tosses out that old unproven rumor about her marrying her brother, and basically suggests she has no right to criticize America. And it doesn't stop there. Other voices join in, mixing jokes with serious jabs like it's open season on her credibility. But this isn't just about disagreeing with her ideas. This is about discrediting her as a person. The underlying message is that it's not just her views that are a problem, it's who she is. Her past, her heritage, even her cultural identity get used as reasons why she shouldn't be taken seriously in American politics. That's not political debate, that's character assassination. And when people do that, it's not because they want an honest discussion. It's because they want to shut someone down entirely to make them seem like they don't belong in the conversation at all.
Customs make a difference, okay? And the people of Gaza, by the way, if the Israelis did get rid of Hamas, they'd be doing a giant favor to the people of Gaza who hate Hamas too. But let's just go through the lists. Because the Israelis look like us in most ways, values-wise. Maybe we're not doing it the right way. I don't know. Religious tolerance. That doesn't exist in Gaza. You're either Muslim or an infidel, and you better be a Muslim. Female freedom. Free and fair elections.
Now let's get into the cultural and political clash part of the conversation, because this is where things really heat up. One of the big arguments tossed around is that Ilhan Omar seems to defend values or ideologies tied to regimes that don't exactly vibe with what we call American values. We're talking about stuff like free speech, LGBTQ rights, women's rights, and religious freedom. The people in this discussion are drawing a hard line between American liberal values and what they describe as oppressive conditions in places like Gaza or Somalia. And they're basically saying, look, if Omar is always siding with or defending those places, then she's aligning herself with values that don't match up with what we stand for here. The implication is that her critiques of the US aren't just political opinions. They're coming from someone who, in their view, supports ideologies that are hostile to American freedoms. So yeah, they're framing her criticism as not just unfair, but almost outrageous. considering the contrast between the rights she enjoys here and the oppression happening in the countries she's seen as defending. It's a strong narrative, but also a pretty loaded one. Thanks for watching, and if you made it this far, you're a real one. If you got something out of this breakdown, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more than you know. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more unapologetic takes, deep dives and commentary that actually says something. Drop your thoughts in the comments, agree, disagree, or just want to add to the convo. I'm all ears. Until next time, stay sharp, stay bold, and I'll catch you in the next one.